It is time for the big surprise. And I am very proud to announce that no one has successfully guessed correctly what that surprise is. But because this is such a big event, it was vital that we do this during a Kennedy Pep Assembly because I want our guests to see what you guys are capable of. You know that Kennedy is proud of our academic, athletic, and artistic traditions, and we're honored to be recipients of numerous accolades, including Newsweek's recent Top STEM High Schools in America, U.S. News' Best Schools in America, Bell and Blank's Iowa AP Index, Niche.com's Best High Schools in America, and #1 in Lynn County, a commendable status on our Iowa School Report Card, and the only high school in the area to meet Every Student Succeeds Act benchmarks. But more importantly than that, we are a family of students and adults who are working hard to make things better for each other. I'm really proud of the fact that today begins our 12 days of kindness, and I hope that you've held a door for someone so far, but if you haven't, please do that. And, of course, what day is it? It's Pep Assembly Day! So, when people ask me why Kennedy is such a great school, I tell them this. It is the students, it is our families, it is our adult staff. We just have very great people in this building. And today, we have guests here to honor one of those people. And so I'm going to introduce our first guest. His name is Dr. Ryan Wise. He is the director of the Iowa Department of Education. He is a former high school history teacher and exceptional leader for public schools here in our state. So please, you can use some confetti. Please welcome Dr. Ryan Wise.
Thank you, Principal Klein, and hello, Kennedy Cougars. It is an honor to be here with you today. So I get the chance to visit classrooms all across Iowa every single week. It's really the best part of my job because I routinely see how teachers and administrators are making a difference in the lives of all of you. So I have to admit, though, my visit here to Kennedy today is anything but routine. I'm here to help deliver some extraordinary news for your school and the Cedar Rapids community. Each year, out of the thousands of talented teachers we have throughout the state, one teacher is chosen as Iowa Teacher of the Year. This is a distinguished program that has been around for more than 60 years. It's a great way to thank and recognize some of our best teachers in Iowa, and it happens to be one of my very favorite events. So I'm so proud to tell you that the 2020 Iowa Teacher of the Year is right here at Cedar Rapids Kennedy High School. So now it's my pleasure to introduce to you a special guest to tell you who the Iowa 2020 Teacher of the Year is. So, this is someone who cares very deeply about Iowa, about great teaching, and about making sure all of you, as well as students across the state, are prepared for success in and beyond high school. She's traveled the world telling Iowa's story and gets to all 99 counties every single year, and today she's here. So please join me in welcoming our Governor, Kim Reynolds.
Start by saying that Kennedy knows how to throw a pep rally. Go Cougars! It's an absolute pleasure to be here. It is truly our teachers who shape the future of our state, and I can't think of a better way to celebrate Iowa's rich tradition of excellence in the classroom than announcing the 2019 Teacher of the Year. I was absolutely blown away by the story of this year's award winner. You're blessed to have this educator as part of your school because the love for every one of you, the students, fellow educators, parents, and family, is as genuine as the passion for the job. Being named Iowa's Teacher of the Year, it's a really big deal. And this year's winner will be so incredibly proud of this honor. But from what I've learned, the things that matter most can't be measured by professional accolades. Instead, he considers the greatest achievements the wedding invitation he received from a former student, a phone call from a budding new teacher he inspired to take up a profession, or a Facebook message from a student sharing that aha moment years after they left Kennedy High School. They aren't the sort of things that are put on a shelf or added to a resume. They're treasures that are held in his heart and become part of his journey. These are the true reward for a teacher who has made a real and lasting difference in the lives of his students. And there's no question what his message will be as he becomes a spokesman for Iowa's teachers and students. It's all about the kids. Put them first, always, and everything else will fall into place. He cares so very deeply about you, and that isn't just talk. It's how he lives his life, mentors his students, lifts up his fellow teachers, and coaches the team. He knows what it's like to struggle personally and academically, but also knows the challenges can be overcome. Understands the most powerful thing a teacher can do for a student wrestling with self-doubt is to look the kid in the eye and say, I believe in you and I mean it. That voice of faith has made a tremendous mark on so many students throughout his 13 years at Kennedy High School. The classroom is a well-known safe place for all students to realize their full potential and to be open up to ideas. Like a true philosopher, his teaching his students how to think deeply and think often, challenge inconsistencies, ask questions, and reflect on what he's discovered. From a scale model of the island of Iwo Jima placed in the center of his classroom as a tool to reveal the realities of World War II veterans, to connecting contemporary social movements with the history that shaped our country's narrative. He's providing more than just facts from a page. He's creating informed American citizens. You know him well, and I feel very fortunate to have the chance to meet him today and to thank him on behalf of the state of Iowa for his service to our state. It's my privilege to honor Mr. George Anderson with the 2019 Teacher of the Year.
I'm going to stick to the script pretty much on this, so I don't build up any eye sweat or anything like that as we go through this. I do want to say, though, that this has been very hard for me, listening to the hype and the rumors and sitting in the copy room with Mr. Carolyn yesterday and trying to figure out if this was a big send-off for Mr. Minch, or if Elizabeth Warren was coming to talk to Raylan again, or if former President Barack Obama was coming back to where it all started, right? Like, everybody was, I even heard Andy Courtney was going to be the Teacher of the Year. So this has been all kind of rumor mills flying, and I've had to sit here and look people in the face and be like, I don't know. I'm going to Georgia this afternoon. I don't even care, you know? It's been tough, but it's been fun. So with that being said, I'm going to stick with this. I normally like to look people in the eye, but I don't want to drift. And if you've been in my class, you know that all it takes is a reference to my kids' boxing or the Marine Corps, and it's over. So let's go ahead and get this rolling. To start with, I've got a lot of people to thank. This is a much bigger deal than I thought it was when I submitted my application back in July. I'd like first to begin by extending my sincere thanks to our Honorable Governor Kim Reynolds for being here today to present this award and see firsthand what a JFK Pep Assembly can be like. Y'all better show out. I also want to thank you for your commitment and dedication not only to the Iowa Teacher of the Year program, but also to all of the stakeholders in Iowa's education system. I look forward to the work that I'll be able to do with and on behalf of your office in the coming year. Thanks as well go to you, Dr. Ryan Wise, for your leadership and vision as we lead Iowa's youth into becoming 21st century learners and tackle the issues that are important to teacher recruitment and retention in our state. I'm excited too, freshmen. Let's back it down a notch. All right. I also want to thank Superintendent Noreen Bush for your support and encouragement from the first year of arrival in our district, helping Melissa and I, and to be fair, Melissa really got it. It was more for me, to get our heads wrapped around the role of standards, to your unbridled optimism for student learning as our district superintendent. I very much look forward to working with you and the district in the role of Teacher of the Year. Isbelia, from my 11th hour desperation in July and my unorthodox approach to acceptance, I have to thank you for putting up with my questions, dragging my feet, and late phone calls. I can't thank you enough for your guidance as I start this incredible journey. You've been flat out amazing, helping me to get my head wrapped around the idea of this role and how to embrace it and its opportunities. For that and what's coming up, I sincerely thank you. Jordan Corey and your friends, Grace, I don't know where you're at. A special shout out for raising my daughters this summer while I stared at my computer screen for days trying to figure out how to answer the question, why should I be Iowa's Teacher of the Year? And seriously, I stared at my screen for hours and got nothing. To the JFK admin team, allowing teachers the room to accomplish the mission, being open and receptive to feedback from staff in your ongoing efforts to establish and maintain a culture conducive to student learning and growth, I thank you as well. I know it's generally thankless work, but you are appreciated. I also want to thank my mom and stepfather Ed in the stands. Mom, you gave me a model of how to work hard, grind, and realize success my whole life. I can't thank you enough. Pops, I hope you're taking a break from that motorcycle run in the sky to see this. I miss you, man. To my sister, Jessica, and my nieces, Charity and Patience, you guys have always been there for me, and moving up here from South Carolina cemented Iowa as my home. Thank you. To my own daughters, Summer and Brielle, thank you for being you and providing a purpose and daily joy to my life. And Stephanie, my wife, my best friend, I don't even know where to start. I wouldn't be here today if not for you and your faith in me way back in the day, when the choices and paths I was on were not ones to realize any success. You never gave up on me or quit believing in me, always believing in someday, and I hope one day to be worthy of that support and love. I haven't always been who I am today. Thank you. All of this is a result of your belief and faith 17 years ago. Finally, I want to thank the staff at JFK. Seriously, this school and y'all are simply top-notch. We always talk about culture, but without all of you, it just wouldn't work. Counselors, most don't see your work, but we know how many hours you spend trying to help students realize their goals and path needed to achieve those goals. Our medical team, always advocating for students and going above and beyond. Our cafeteria staff, coming up with ways to create a mobile food service to help students get breakfast in the building, all the little personal touches you put to meals. Our custodians, from late night returns to events or banquets, you always make sure in the morning this building's squared away. To all our intervention specialists, facilitators, paras, our SRO, Officer Hansel, the ladies that run the school on behalf of Mr. Klein, and any other group I'm missing, thank you for your efforts on a daily basis. Unsung heroes, all of you. Never in a million years, when Dr. Wilczynski took a shot on me and gave me an opportunity to teach, did I think I would end up here accepting this award. I know a great many are also wondering how this happened. I struggled mightily with answering the question of why I should be the Teacher of the Year. And I kept coming back to, I'm not. But I work with some that could be. Barry Wilson comes to mind. How many kids has that man mentored in the 40-plus years he's been in the classroom? Truly, we stand on the shoulders of greats. We stand on the shoulders of giants. From retired greats like Dr. Aldrich, Glenn Golden, Joan Steinmetz, Cheryl Lindo, Pat Grady, Bill Herkelman, and many others, to those colleagues we've lost in Catherine Kittredge and Rick Neese. Our school has been blessed with teachers that are willing to work harder, care more, and continually go above and beyond. From providing essentials for life, like the Cougar Corner, the pantry, to teaching academics and mentoring in real-life issues, all of you teachers, coaches, directors, and producers care for our students in the class and beyond the hallways. It is truly an honor to be counted among your ranks. Thank you for embracing me, for helping me, and your contributions to who I am as a teacher today. This is truly a collective award. Throughout this entire process, I kept a running list in my head of other teachers that could receive this award. Teachers I've collaborated with, stolen ideas and lessons from, laughed with, shared students with, and occasionally sparred with. Every time I tried to think of why I could be Teacher of the Year, it was met with the realization that any of you could be as well. So I accept this award on your behalf and as a recognition of the outstanding that we do as a team in this building every day. Seriously, y'all, I love coming to work and seeing you in the halls, commiserating in the copy room, and grumbling on long PDs on a Friday afternoon. Even when we have hiccups and morale is low as a staff, we always pull through together. It's not always pretty, it's not always textbook, but it is always 100. And it is always focused on what's best for the students. Teachers, I'd like you to please stand. Ladies and gentlemen, can we give the teachers a round of applause? And finally, the why, the students. I want to thank you students for being here. Even ones that called out today, or you might take a little more patience and effort, I thank you. You provide us with the opportunity every day to start a new adventure. You provide us every day with reasons to develop and get better, to embrace teaching and tech changes to better serve you and your needs. Most everything we do here is because of you and what you bring to the table. We're not perfect, but we are a consistent work in progress, and where you find effort, you will see results. Continue to push yourselves in class and activities. Continue to develop with relationships with adults in the building, because I guarantee you that no matter who you are, somewhere in this building is an adult that you can connect with, that you can learn from, that you can use as a sounding board for things that are happening in your life. I'm in room 106. Understand you're the most valuable player on this team, and I thank you for being JFK. Embrace these 4 years of your life here. I'm not naive, and I understand some of you sitting there are thinking, yeah, right. But understand many times it's the teacher who's the gruffest or hardest to talk to that's your biggest advocate behind closed doors. In conclusion, I want to extend my sincere appreciation one more time for you all, for Dr. Wilczynski and Cameron Beats for the letters to help me get here, for each of your unique and individual contributions to this building and our culture. I genuinely love being here. I look forward to the challenge of representing for you and advocating for us on some of those issues we commiserate about in the copy room. Thank you, friends and colleagues, and all honorees in attendance.
Thank you.
Sincerest congratulations to Mr. Anderson. My name is Noreen Bush, and I serve as the superintendent of Cedar Rapids Community School District. Woo! What an absolute honor it is to be here on this tremendous occasion. Governor Reynolds, Director Wise, thank you for being here today and your commitment to pre-K through 12 education in our great state of Iowa. This very ceremony and the presence of our distinguished guests is a testimony as education as a priority in our great state. I am very, very proud to be an educator in Iowa, and from this district in which I graduated from, and in the school in which I student taught. To be here today is so very special to honor not only Mr. Anderson, but Cougar Land. Congratulations, Kennedy. There are so many qualities that can make an effective teacher. I could name so many: assessment, instruction, getting to know students, knowing educational pedagogy and vision. But I've come to learn, I'm nearing my 30th year in education, that there truly is what I call the X factor. Mr. Anderson, you have the X factor. If you think about the letter X, students, do it with me. One like this and one like this. You got two lines. So one, you can put your hands down now, thank you. One of these lines represents the innate ability to establish amazing relationships with students. That is the heart of Mr. Anderson. You come before his content. You come before his football. He puts you as people first. The other line is about passion. He is passionate to serve. He has served our country, he has served this school district, and he has served Kennedy way proud. When the X comes together, there is a sweet spot in the middle. And that truly is what I think about with what makes the difference between good teaching and great teaching. You are the sweet spot for our great profession. Thank you, Mr. Anderson, for all that you do. In closing, I am happy to let the audience know that we have our school board directors present with us. President Humbles, Director Borcherding, Director Anhalt, and former Kennedy High School teacher, Director Garlock. Thank you for being here, and thank you for helping support our educators in Cedar Rapids Community School District. So, on behalf of the board, on behalf of our school district, and on behalf of the staff of Kennedy High School and our administrative team, sincerest congratulations to you, George Anderson. We are so very, very proud. I would now invite our guest of honor and our distinguished guests and his family to join in the hallway for some photo opportunities. And on that note, I will hand it over to Mr. Klein, your principal.
All right, one last time. And grab that confetti. Grab that confetti. Which class is going to show Mr. Anderson the most spirit? Let's go!